Alright, good afternoon craps fans. This is Scott from Paradise Craps. My eyes, I just got back from the optometrist, eye doctor, doing my annual, oh that's interesting, it just popped up on the screen. That's funny, I don't think I've seen that before. Anyway, doing my annual eye exam and my eyes are dilated. So, Sir Law, I apologize if my response to your comment is got a bunch of spelling errors in it, grammatical errors in it. I apologize. I tried to do the best I could with my eyes in their current dilated state. Dr. S, thank you very much for the Stern 3.0. I did go watch John from Pro Craps rolling it out, and I guess you were the one that gave it to him because he mentioned you by name, said you gave him the Excel spreadsheet, or not. I guess originally it wasn't the spreadsheet, but anyway, I guess ultimately you did. And I downloaded the spreadsheet and I changed it for $5 min bets, and I ran through it probably 3 times. So 2 times I was successful. I got to my $100. The third time, and I was only doing the don't pass. The third time I got whacked, and for the $5 it was 863. So I lost $863 on that one. So I don't think that one's for me. I tried Stern before, and just doesn't fit my style of play the way I want to play. So I'm going to stick with this Doey don't. This seems like a pretty good way to play. Just have to be cognizant of not taking huge unnecessary bets that are a large percentage of my bankroll. All right, so there's 3, there's 4, 25, 50, 75, 80, and 20. All right. That is what we're looking for. Oh, there I am, number 20. So thank you again for sharing that. I don't think that's something that I'm going to want to play. I mean, you're putting almost $1,000 at risk, you know, even at the $500 or $5 level, and that to me is just too much. I mean, I typically have played, you know, $1,000 bankroll buy-in, I should say. Somebody clarified that. It's not my bankroll necessarily. Usually it is, but you know, it could just be a percentage of your bankroll for a particular buy-in. But you know, I've been trying different strategies, and you know, that $1,000 is pretty typical. But and it's just too much, right? I just feel like that's too much to risk for the $100 that I'm trying to win. Okay, let's get the party started. Sooner I get my $100, I can go have a cigar. All right, so I can't even see if there's anybody in here other than me. It looks like just one. So that's just me. Okay, here we go, coming out. So we got 400, 80, 20, $500 bankroll, $15 do we don't. We got a 7 on the come out. And we got a 9, neener. Man, that dilation really messes with your eyes. All right, so we're on a 9. It's going to be a $15 lay odds. And I do want to count, so that's roll 1. Here we go. Yeah, so Sir Law, so to answer your question, really again, is, and I went out and there's a really good site. It's Craps Pit, just crapspit.org, I think is what it was. There's our 7 out. And he seems like he really understands the math better than I understand the statistical part of it, the probability part of it. All right, so there's 10 for our 15. That all comes back down. And he basically said, you know, that it's all about the single roll probability, you know, Anything else is gambler's fallacy, meaning, counting like that. And that's why I discount what Charlie's doing with the fours, right? So he counts 4 fours and then he lays a 4, right? Or he counts 4 tens and then he lays a 10. And the fallacy in what he's doing is he's saying the probability of rolling 4 fours is the probability of rolling 1 4 raised to the 4th power. And that is absolutely correct before you've rolled 1 4. But every time you've rolled 1 4, the probability of rolling those other 4s goes down by 1, right? So you really, by the time you get to that 4th 4, if you are only looking at that, let's say, then, once those 3 other 4s have rolled, the probability of rolling that 4th 4 is still the same single roll probability of rolling a 4. There is no minuscule number that is infinitesimally small when you're looking at multiple numbers in the actual series, right? So that's the fallacy of that logic. So again, thinking that, oh gosh, I've seen 3 4s or I've seen 4 4s, the probability of seeing another one has got to be less. It's not. Same reason that my 10 count is flawed. I'm saying if I see 10, the probability of seeing another 4, seeing another 7 is greater because I'm beyond the average probability of 6 rolls, right? So again, the probability of seeing any one number is always exactly the same on every single roll. So you can't look at what rolls have happened before and make any kind of decision on a future, what could happen in the future based on those. That's just flawed. Can't do it. So basically he's saying, what I'm doing with my 10 count is the same thing. It's flawed. You can't do it. Now, he also has an article in there, a good article about distribution variance, I think is what it's called. Distribution variance, again, another statistical term. But it basically talks about how the only way a craps player can win at the table is distribution variance, right? Because the house has the edge on every single bet because they don't pay true odds, fair odds, right? So the only way you can win is that distribution variance. That is, the numbers that you're betting on show up more frequently than statistical probability says they should, right? So you get a bunch of 4s and 5s and 6s, and you're not seeing any 8s, 9s, and 10s. So again, that is a variance from the normal distribution. And you take advantage of that on the craps table, and that's how you make money in the short game, in the short run, right? In the long run, it's all going to work out, and it's all going to be the perfect pyramid distribution, always, right? So the only way that we make money is in the short run based on variances to that probability distribution, right? The distribution part of it. So that's the part I'm thinking I'm using is I'm looking at that number of rolls between 7s and saying, well, normal distribution, normal probability says we should see 1 roll every 6, or see 1 7 every 6 rolls, right? So, and I'm saying, all right, well, if I haven't seen 1 in 6 and we roll it out to 10, then I'm 4 rolls beyond normal probability. But same thing is true because I've seen, a 4 hit, take down the 4, double it up. 4 hit again, take down the 4, double it up. 4, so I wrote to him to try to understand. And I think he's going to tell me the same thing if he ever responds, is that, it's gambler's fallacy. You can't not make any prediction of what's going to come up based on what has previously rolled. You just can't do it. It doesn't work that way. But there's a saying for traders that was always very appropriate. It says, the markets can remain irrational longer than you can remain solvent, right? So the market can continue to do things that are illogical, make no sense, shouldn't happen, can't happen that way, and you keep chasing it and you just get wiped out, right? And so in craps, it's exactly the same thing. So the random probability can become irrational longer than we have, or for longer than we'll have a bankroll, right? So that's basically the bottom line. And that's what I'm seeing when I'm chasing these bets, right? So I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I haven't seen a 4 in, or I haven't seen a 7 in 10 rolls. There has to be one flawed. That's definitely flawed, right? And then so I put a bet out here, and then I get knocked off in say 2 rolls or 3 rolls. So now I'm that much further into that rolls between 7 count. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen one in 10 rolls or 15 rolls. There has to be a 7 coming up, flawed, right? And then I double up to try to capture what I lost. Boom, I get whacked off again. And then I do another few rolls. I'm like, I got to get back on there. It's going to hit. It has to hit, right? And so, I do it again, and that wipes out my bankroll, wipes out my buy-in. So same exact philosophy, same exact, thinking, reasoning. So, I think Charlie, DGE was correct. Basically, we're playing small ball with $500. If you have the bankroll like he generally plays with, or Waylon plays with, and you can just keep chasing those losses, because it's going to win, right? As long as you have enough to keep chasing it, at some point it's going to hit. And if you're doubling every time and you have enough to do that, kind of like the Stern method, you're gonna hit it. It's gonna pay off for you, and then you'll get back to even, and then you'll go on like you were. So I don't know. So my thinking is flawed on the whole 10 thing. So I think when I take a poke at the 4, I'm taking a poke at the single roll probability. So I'm still taking a poke at the 2-to-1 favorite of the 7 at 6 ways to make a 7 versus the 4, 3 ways to make a 4. So I can count all day long, doesn't matter. When I put it out there, it's really just a poke at taking advantage of those 2-to-1 odds and hoping that a 4 doesn't actually show up before another 7 does. All right, my eyes are still dilated. I see I got a message there, but I'll be danged if I can read it. Let me see. Who is this? Oh, Red Eye. Good afternoon, Red Eye. How's it going? I can't read what you said. Sorry. My eyes are dilated. All right. Where are we at? We're coming out again, right? Here we go. I'm sitting here blathering, saying shit that nobody wants to hear. Nobody cares. Let's just roll the dice. All right, there's our 9. $15 in lay odds. But I think it's interesting. I definitely enjoy the math and probability aspect of craps. It very, very much interests me. But I would highly recommend going and checking out that crapspit.org. He's got a lot of really good articles on there related to craps. At least to me they were, and I think to most of you guys they would be. All right, there's an 8. I can see the dice, I just can't see my screen. And there's a 6. Make sure my mic is on, looks like it's on. There's an 8. And there's a 7 out. I can see that one perfectly. All right, so that's going to pay us 10 for our 15. So yeah, Sir Law, I do like the lays, but again, you're putting, and somebody else made the comment, another subscriber made a comment, or just somebody watching the videos, I don't know if they're a subscriber or not, that this type of play doesn't make sense because, because of the 2-to-1, you're going to win half and lose half, and I thought about that. I'm just like, it's not truly half, right? I mean, we're only exposing ourselves on the 4 on the come out, right? So not only is we are 2-to-1 favorite, on that one single roll, but we're also only exposing ourselves to that bet on the come out. So very few rolls is part of the session, right? So it's definitely an advantageous play. But because we have to lay double out there to win single, you know, when you get knocked off a couple of those, especially with a $500 bankroll, it starts eating into your bankroll pretty good. More so than I'm really comfortable with, right? So I mean, I know we're not going to win every time. Absolutely, got it. You know, I just want to maximize my opportunity to win, make them work for it more so than anything else. All right, here we go. Coming out. 5 fever. All right, that's something we can bet on. Another $15 and lay odds. Here we go. 6. And we got a 9. I mean, when you're rolling the dice, you know, it's like you got a lot of rolls under your belt. You're like, all right, this has been a long time since we've seen 7. You know, it's imminent. But what does that imminent mean, right? I mean, I was watching the video this morning from Dale and Paula, Las Vegas Inside Out, and they did the Cal and the Main Street Station, and they had that wall, the golden arm wall, right, of all the shooters that hold the dice for an hour. Can you imagine one, you know, holding the dice for an hour and just running the table? Obviously, there must have been some come out 7s, but still, you know, that is a long time. And, you know, so 30, 40 rolls, not uncommon. So when I'm sitting here waiting for 10 and then betting, you know, this could be one of those 30, and within that 30, you know, I can see 2 or 3 more 4s, right? Which would basically wipe me out if I'm chasing them, and has. All right, so there's 10 for our 15 again, off the 5, back in our rack. All right, let me see if I can see this now. Do I have any readers here? Let me see. I got some readers over here. Let me see if that helps. Sucks getting old. But the doctor said my eyes were perfect. Oh my goodness, no, that does not help. Wow, no, readers don't help for dilation. Okay. Coming out. All right, so we're on the 4. And we're going to do $20 in lay odds on the 4. Looking for a 7. Got a 6. And we got a 7. Nice. All right. So that's going to pay us 10. You know, so again, we're playing small ball, right? $10. If we can get, we're looking for a net 10 wins at $10, right? Net 10 wins. So whatever we lose, you know, we need that many more, but we just got to keep playing small ball. And so the trigger for me is when I get behind and I get myself dug into a hole, you know, I think at that point I just have to calm down and do the occasional hit, the occasional poke on the 4, the lay 4, but again, try to keep it within what I've got on profit, right? What I'm up already. So we got 400, 475, 85, 90, excuse me. All right, so there's 500. So we're up $40 right now. So I don't want to take a poke for any more than $40. Is how I would do that. But I'm up and everything's going okay, so I don't feel the need to take a poke at anything at the moment. Come out 7. 6. Because we're up already, we're 40% of the way to our 100% goal, which is, that was a 7 by the way, $100. All right, back on the 4. Now that wasn't a back-to-back 4, but when I get kind of nervous on the back-to-back 4s, right? Back-to-back any number, because it just seems like, all right, well, we were able to successfully get off of it this time. You know, to be able to successfully get off of it multiple times just feels more challenging. There's a 6. There's a 5. Again, statistically, it shouldn't be any different, but just observationally, I guess. 8. I'd ask you how you're doing, Red Eye, but I can't read it anyway. So I hope you're having a good day. All right, 5. And there's our 4, so we're going to get knocked off of that for $20. All right, coming out. And we got a 7. Well, one roll short. There's a 7. And there's two 7s back to back. My goodness. Let's see. Let's try a $50 lay 4. And we got an 8. Not another 7. Where was my 7? Taking a poke at the 4. Got a 12. 2 more rolls. And there's our 7. All right. 7 out. So that's going to cost me $1. $25 back in our rack. Here we go. Coming out. And we got 12. So that's going to be a loser on the pass. Another 15. Here we go. 7. And 6. All right, so we're on the 6. Oops, dice off the table, no roll. Coming out. All right, 6 point hit. Back to back. And we got a 4. All right, so that's going to be 20. Let's do 50 on the 4. All right, here we go. 9. 6. 9. 6. If we get another 9, that's going to be freaky. Nope, worse. We got a 4. All right, so that's going to be 50 down. All right, so I'm not sure how many rolls. So we lost 50, so I'd have to do like 150. Because what was I trying to hunt for? See, and that's too big. To me, that's too big of a lay. 150 pays 75, $3 big. $9 near. All right, on the 9, I'm not going to do my $15 on that. I got enough out, and there's a 9 anyway, so that was lucky on my part. And there's a 6. Oh, 5. See, this is too big a, percentage-wise, it's too big of a percentage of my bankroll, really. 7 out, but we got lucky. All right, again, we're just playing the single roll probability, hoping to see that. There's 75 for $3. Hoping to see that 7 before another 4. Like I said, that time we were lucky, but obviously we're not lucky every time. All right, so we got 450, 5. So we're still up 30, 45, 46. So we're up 46. Oh, $51. $51 right now. Here we go, coming out. 8. So we are 51% to our goal, our win goal. 8 point hit. Coming out. And we got an 8 again, 6-2. And we got a 5. Again, we're not doing anything on the 6 and 8. 7 out. Off the 8. All right, here we go. And we got a 6. Again, 6, we're not doing anything. And we got a yo. And we got a 4. And we got a 9. Looking for a 6 or a 7. 5, fever. 3. 6, point hit. All right, yeah, and LHD 789. I think that's your handle. In that crapspit.org site, he talks about comps, and so this is 0, right? And any lay odds or odds are considered 0. So you're not going to get any comp value for playing this type of strategy, period. So you got to look at it at getting the money, because they're not going to give you anything for playing this in a casino. 11. 5. All right, we're on the 5, which is disappointing because you can play a lot of money through, and it'd be nice to get some of those comps, but really we just got to look at it as get the money. GTM, get the money. Forget about the comps, because there ain't going to be any. Not playing this way anyway. Oh, what was I on? Oh, it was a 6. All right, here we go. That was a 7 out. Here's an 11. I'm like, I didn't make any money on that one. No, I did not, but I didn't risk any money on that one either. All right, there's an 8. 5. $10 a time. $10 at a time. There's a 4. 10. And there's a 5. So if we get bored and we want to take a poke, then we can do, say, like a $40 lay 4. Take a poke at it. 11. We're risking $40 of our profit. 5. To take a poke at the 4. And there's a 4, so we got knocked off. So now we're down to, where were we at? 50, so now we're down to 10. And there's the 7, go figure. Lovely. All right, coming out. And we got a 5. Fever, all right, $15. And we got a 10. And we got a 6. And we got a 12. And we got a 7 out. All right, so that's going to be $10 that we're going to get on our 15. Now we should be back up to about $20 in profits. Coming out. 2 craps. All right, let's take a poke at a $50 lay 4. There's 6 on the 6. 4. Oh, that's 2 4s we got knocked off of. All right, so one was 40, one was 50. That's 90. So we'd have to do a $200 lay 4. Again, see, I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't take pokes like that, because now I've got to put such a huge amount to try to recover. And there's a 5. And that's like basically a bankroll killer right there, or a buy-in killer, if you will. 10. 6, point hit. All right. Again, we have a 2-to-1 advantage over the 7 over the 4. Oh, I didn't even see what that was. Not paying attention. I didn't see what that one is, though. There's our 7. All right, so it's going to pay us 100 for $5. All right. Again, all single roll probability. That's all we're banking on. Alright, so let's see where we are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 75, 5. We got 20 and 30, so we're 50, 65 bucks. Oh, somebody else showed up. I just got my eyes dilated, so I can't see who it is. Dr. Don't Pass One. Good afternoon, Dr. Don't Pass One. I believe that's you. Got my eyes dilated at the eye doctor, so I can't read the chat. But you guys chat amongst yourselves if there's anybody else on with you. All right, so 8. We are on the 8. All right, so what did I say we were up? 50 bucks, 60 bucks now? All right, we got 4, 75, 5, 20, 50, $64. All right, we're up $64. Now we're running it out. There's our 7. And there's another 7. And there's another 7. We'd be getting killed if we were just on the don't. Another 7. Wow, is that 4 7s in a row? Yeehaw. 8. Something different. All right, here we go. And we got a 10. And we got an 8. So we're off the 8. Seven, come out. 2 craps. 10. On the 10, $20 in lay odds on the 10. Alrighty, let's see if we can get a 7. 11. 8. 10. We did not. All right. So that's 20. All right. So I'm going to try a $50 lay 4. Take a poke. Nope. 4. All right. So that's off of that. So we're going to lose that. So we lost 20. We lost 50. So that's 70. All right, so we'll do $90 lay odds, max lay odd. That'll pay us 50. And then we'll do $100 lay 4. That'll pay us 50. $100, $2 vig. All right. Let's see if we can get that 7. There it is, 617 out. All right. Nice. All right, so 25, 35, 40. Oh, 45, right? 45 for our 90, 75, 85, 90. Okay. Put that back in our rack. Back in our rack. And then we get, we had $100, going to pay us 50 for $2 vig. Put that back in our rack. Taking a poke at the occasional lay 4. All right, so we got, there's our 500. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 25. And there's 25. So there's 50 plus the 30. That's 85, $86. All right, here we go. Coming out. 86. There's a 4 again. All right, so we're going to go back down to a $20 lay odds. See if we can get the 7 this time. We got a yo. And we got a 5. So yeah, I highly recommend you guys go take a look at that crapspit.org website. Look at some of those articles. 5. Having to do with the math of craps. Very interesting. 9, boxcars, 12, 10, the other end, 5, fever. All right, 6 ways to make a 7. Looking for one of them. That's not it. That's one of the 3 ways to make a 4. All right, so we're off of that. Oops, gonna lose 20. Coming out. 3 craps. All right, I'm gonna try another $50 lay 4. And we got a 5, fever. All right, so we're on the 5. We will do a $15 lay odds on that. Boxcars. Nope, 4. All right, so that's going to be 50. And there's an 8. And there's an 11. All right, so we do 150, lay 4, $3 vig. We got a 3, AC Doocy, excuse me, 7 out, 61. All right, so it's going to pay us 10 for our 15. Back in our rack, 150 is going to pay us 75, and I need some more nickels. 25, 50, 75. Back in our $3 vig goes to the bank. All right, reset. Let's see where we're at in our account. So we got 1, 2, 3, 475. So we dropped a quarter, 10, 25. Excuse me. All right, so there's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then over here we got, is that 5? That looks like 5 and 5. Yep. All right, so then we got 50, 80, 90, 5, 97. All right, we are closer than we have ever been to our $100 goal. 8. 8 is great. And we got a 10. And we got a 9. And we got a 4. And we got a 3. And we got a 6. And we got a 7 out. All right, coming out. 3 craps. 8. 6, 2, 8. All right, so we're on the 8. All right, let's take a stab. $40. $40 lay 4, $1 vig, 5 fever, 7 out. There we go. Took a stab and we were successful that time. All right, so that's going to pay us 20, 10, 20 for our $1 vig, and this session is over. So let's see what our total was. All right, so there's 5, and that's going to be 30. So we got 5 there, 10. All right. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 500, 600. So we got 100 $116 and whatever. Let me see if I can see what my phone says. Probably not. What does it say? Oh boy, I can't make it out. 40 minutes? All right, 40 minutes. $106, 110, 15, $16. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Once my eyes get redilated properly, I'm going to go have a cigar and some water, and I will come back in a couple hours and we'll try it again. See if we can be successful again. I've been rolling this one out on Wingcraft just this way, and if I play conservatively, I'm pretty consistent in getting my $100. I do like the Doey don't. I think that's definitely a smart way to play for me. You guys have to decide whether it is for yourselves. Obviously, it's your money. So, again, this is Scott from Paradise Creps. Thank you for watching again. Thank you for taking the time out of your day. And we'll see you back here in a couple hours. All right.